G'day all and welcome back. So we start night shift tonight. So that's it's fantastic. And we do have one issue though, and it's this week the wind is absolutely horrible. So Henry's having to get up early today and get some spray out in front. You can see he's already done the back piece of our next paddock, and he's started over here. So yeah, he's going to be doing some early mornings and then probably late afternoon into the evenings if our wind is good, to try and get out in front of us, which is annoying, but it's yeah, all we're going to be able to do. So let's get into it. Levi is underway. So he's got 3 outside laps to do now because we're doing our canola runs now. So you know, we're going on that 30-degree angle just to get through this stubble. As you can see, it's leaning over still. And because we're going to start night shift back up again, we don't want George to only do 2 hours and have to stop because it's blocking up. So 3 outside laps for him, and then he'll be on his 90 degrees. So I thought while we're here, I'll check the seed depth. Still going into lovely moisture, which is amazing. And there we are. One there, and whoop. I'll scrape it away. One there. So that is that's perfect depth. It's in lovely moisture. So yeah, that's lovely. So yeah, we'll leave Levi to it. George has just been loading Wally for me, so that's all nice and full for whenever we need to do a fill. Probably going to be about 1 o'clock at this rate, maybe a bit later. And Henry is spraying a knockdown out in front of us in the canola stubbles. He's only going to get 1 tank done. As you can probably tell, the wind is picking up, so he's only going to get that done, and then he'll be back up here with his boom and ready for tonight, well, this afternoon when the wind drops. He'll do another tank of Treflan boxer out in front, and we'll go and get his water truck from down there and fill that up because that's empty, so we'll need that topping up. I apologise for the wind noise. It is getting quite windy now. One thing I'm not happy about doing going on the canola run is here in our spaded country. So because it's all soft and fluffy now, you can see by my ute how it's sunk in on the just there. So what I would ideally, let's see if I can get out of the wind. What I'd ideally like is to stay on our trams for this paddock and be able to just set the new trams, especially in this soft sand, in this light fluffy sand or sandy area. Hopefully it's not now because I've clayed it, but it'd be nice to have my trams set in here, and then the compaction is in the one spot. But just unfortunately, because we cannot get through this stubble at the moment, we are going to have to go on that angle. And I don't want to do a false headland and just do this on the trams and then do the stubble areas on the angle. Reason being is if we start turning even just near where the edge of the spading has occurred, it's not going to be long, because we'd be disturbing that soil, that we would create an issue there, and possible sand drift would start happening just outside the area of that we've worked so hard to bring back. So yeah, it's unfortunate, it's not ideal, but it's just what we're gonna have to deal with. At least next year we will be on our trams, and Henry, the header and the spreader will all be going on the tram. It's just the seeder will be on the angle, but they're not going to be turning on here because they won't have blocks. So that is fantastic. Definitely don't want to be turning on reclaimed sand. We had low hydraulic oil on the on art this morning, so we had to top that up. So I'm just gonna refill our drum up, and this is nearly empty, so I think there's probably about 20 litres in there. I'll fill that drum up, and then when I got Henry here, we've got a fresh drum of high guard sitting in the shed. We're gonna need to change that over, and you might notice there's a spill on the ground. If ever you've got a spill on the ground, normally we used to use sand. Just go and find a shovel of sand, chuck it on. But kitty litter works very well for cleaning up oil. You just got to leave it there for a little bit, a couple of days, and it eventually soaks all up in there. So I'll also clean that out while I'm in here doing this. And you might be able to hear, I've got those bloody birds back in here. There's 2 of them sitting at the top there, above the Wi-Fi unit. There you go, flying away. So we've had to close the shed door again, so we don't get the bird infestation again. It's nearly empty, so we'll change that today anyway. So we've got fresh hydraulic oil there, and we're not doing it if we are in a rush somewhere. And I can hear that Henry is back. So we will go down and get his water truck and get that back here filled up, and then back down, and then that way he's all ready to roll when it comes to doing that knockdown again. And I've just realised I don't need to take him down because he's got his ute here. He'll be able to just drive down, get the truck, bring it back, fill it up, take the truck back down, bring his ute back. It would make no sense for me to take him, so he's just doing a flush. So I'll just drive over there and show you guys him doing his flush. So the reason you flush is just to make sure that everything's clean out of the boom, especially in your lines. That way when you're switching like he is between a Roundup Ester brew and then going into a Treflan Boxer Paraquat brew, it's all clean. The last thing he does is he just dumps the tank just to make sure it's all empty. So that's all the flush water that's recircled back into the boom. Henry's come and got the water truck, he's taken that back. I figured I'd come down here and pick up the chemical from the bug spray and get that back to the shed, get that unloaded, and park the trailer back in the lineup. So that was all back there because there's no need for it to be down here now. If we do have to do more bug spray, it'll be down in the other block, which is miles away from here. So off goes Henry getting that back down. And then, as you can probably tell by the trees over there, it is very windy at the moment. So when he gets back, he'll brew up the boom spray so it's ready for this afternoon or this evening when that wind drops. So then we've got enough spray out in front for George tonight. And then after that, we will get the new high guard on the trolley. So that is all sorted. The new high guard is in place. The old one has got, at a guess, like 10 litres left, but I don't have enough room in my drum there. So I'll just leave it there and load that out first when we need the oil, and then I can put that pump into the fresh drum. So the wind is absolutely horrible. At the moment it's currently 37 k's as an average, gusting to 45. Levi is just over there, just there. He's nearly finished the outside laps in this piece, and I'm not sure if the camera does it justice, but the sandy area that we clayed is blowing quite a bit, and so is everybody else's paddocks. So what we're going to do now is instead of Levi just jumping onto his angles and getting going, I'm going to get him to jump into the next piece, because Henry was able to spray just he only got to 3/4 of the way around, but that's 2 laps for Levi, and whatever we can get done in the daylight when it's warm is a lot easier than George trying to do that at night. So Levi's going to jump in there, and he'll head up and then come back, and then he'll jump into this paddock again and start on his up and backs. And when the wind drops off, which it will at the end of the day, hopefully, Henry will come out and do another tank for George for tonight. I apologise if it's still windy noise. It's still quite windy out here. I'm just out in our first paddock of barley that we sowed, and I thought I'd come out and look for mice activity, because I saw some mice holes this morning. Now there is some out here, but there's nowhere near the level that would warrant us going and spreading. But while I was here, I thought I'd have a bit of a dig, see if we've got a germination, and we do. So we've got barley underway, which is just fantastic. And I've got one in here. If I just get away this dirt. He's just there. I'll dig it up so you can see it a bit better. So there you go, you got the roots and the coleoptiles coming out. Before we know it, we're going to have the barley coming through the ground and out, which is just going to be awesome. And it's still got just fantastic moisture down there, which is amazing. Levi has finished doing the outside laps that he could do in that piece, and he's back up in here, and you can see he's just started his angles just over there, which is good. And yeah, that stubble is flowing through nicely, which we knew it would on the angle. Just a shame we've had to do it, but at least we're underway. Day shift and night shift will both be rolling, and we'll get through it. It's still very windy. I'm about to go out and do a fill for Levi. It's nearly 3:30, so doing those outside laps definitely took a bit longer. The wind is dropping. It's not as strong as what it was before, so I'd expect to see Henry out here probably about 4:30, possibly even 5, and he'll be out here and spray out that last tank, 100 hectares for George out in front, because if we don't, he'll only get probably about 50 hectares tonight, because that's all the spray country we've got, but we will get it all sorted. We're filling, Levi's greasing, checking the bar. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to cut this. You can see how, see the bend in it? It's just too long and it blocks the hose, so for now I'm just going to lift this auger up, move it back some, but I'm going to cut that because that's just not working. I have no idea when, but the battery went flat during that time lapse. So yeah, that was handy. But we also calibrated the barley again on the bin. There wasn't a huge amount left, but there was still more left than what there should have been. So it wasn't as bad as when we had it happen with George. That was 15% out. This time it was only 2.7%. Still enough. He'd done 70 hectares and there was still grain left in there. So anyway, we got that calibrated and sorted. Henry's out spraying. It's now 5 o'clock. He has been for probably about half an hour now, and my truck just turned off. So I've got to get this filled up, ready for doing another fill just before shift change. I also need to fill with fuel so we don't have that go out on George tonight when he tries to do a fill. Right, Wally is all loaded, ready to go. But do you know what's bloody typical? I'm going to be doing a variety change in the middle of the night or early morning. We just ran out of our first variety, Cyclops. We're going to be moving on to Roslyn next. So yeah, George will get, well, Levi's got 80 hectares on board, and then there's probably about another 80 hectares left in the truck. So yeah, it'll be probably like an early morning sort of time that I got to come out, grab this truck, give it a quick clean out, put the new variety in, fill it back up and get it out to George. Just typical. So anyway, because Henry's out there spraying that paddock now, I've got Levi out finishing off that outside lap because that needs doing. So George isn't doing that in the dark and when it gets when we get wet. So what I'm going to do is I need to get Wally out to the paddock, so that's ready for George probably around 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. I'm going to move this auger into the next silo there, so that's all ready for me tonight. What I then will do is grab the air compressor and then bring that over and so I can clean it out. Will I do that? Probably not. Might be a bit slack. A little bit of yeah, we're not going to do it. Well, yeah. Here's my thought process. I'm not going to do that because I can't then get the air compressor out in the middle of the night to clean out that bin out there. So what we're just going to do is just have a little bit of variety mix, but when it's only a tiny bit, it's not too bad. What I'll do though is I will drop the door on that bin there, so you don't have, you know, as much barley contamination, you can call it. Anyway, I'll move this into this bin here. So I've just dropped the Wally out to the paddock, so that's all ready for George tonight. So I'm just going to hook onto his ute and get that onto the fuel trailer so he can do a fuel fill when he goes out for shift change, because I'm not going to be there for that, because I'm going to go home, get some sleep for the early wake up whenever that will be. So got home, had some dinner, and then Henry, when he was out spraying, he finished the paddock, but he had the height sensor has broken on him. So we're going to get this fixed up now because he'll be going early in the morning. Yeah, so we'll take this off, clean her up, weld her up, and get it fixed. I looked over, I was like, that side seems to be very high. Why is that so high? And I saw it was on a different angle. And that has been broken. You'll be able to see when it comes off quite a while. Oh, what happened? No, I suppose we'll just sort of stay with our old mark. So, oh, there it is. Yeah, it's in two pieces. Yep. So we will get that in, give her a clean up, some weld. It'll be good as new. And that looks like it might have been broken for a little while, but that doesn't matter. We'll get it sorted and get the boom spray operational again. welding. Quick easy fix, just a you know, a pain that happened. So we just welded it up top and bottom. Chuck that back on and she'll be good as new for Henry. A little bit of paint and
never know.
what do you got? 3 more to go?
Yeah.
On the boom.
Right, I've checked them. Can't see any cracking.
They're all good?
Yeah.
Cool. Done.
Beautiful. Thank you.
No worries, look at that.
Just like that.
Good as new. And it only took us like 20 minutes, half hour. Like a well-oiled machine we are.
Yep.
So there you go, she's all done, back on. Welded up, bolted on, air supply back in. All ready for Henry when he's going to get going in the morning to keep out in front of the boys. Oh, good. Well, like I said, that's all sorted. I can see Levi, his lights over there, so they've done shift change. I reckon what I'll do is I'll leave the video there, guys, because I think it's going to get too long if I try and include what happens tonight with George. So tune into the next video where you will find out if I got up at 12 AM or 4 or 5 AM. We're not sure yet. Depends on when George goes to fill, on what time I'm going to get up. So that will be the start of the next video, so tune into that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.